promised our dear viewers that our second segment is going to be about our mother tongue, about Arabic, about the importance of learning and to dig deeper into your mother tongue, whatever it is. And since we are Egyptians, we are going to dig more into the Arab language. The Arabic language to many people is a very difficult one, but it's a very rich language in the very same time. To dig more into this, we are very much delighted to have with us an expert, Dr. Abdul Rashid Al-Mahmoudi, an Egyptian writer and novelist and a poet too. Thank you very much for being with us, sir.
Thank you.
Dr. Rashid, good morning, and if we'd like to start off, would you like to start off about talking about your novel that you were awarded, the Sheikh Zayed Award, or would you like to start off by the native language, the importance of, you have the choice.
Well, I'll mention
starting off with native language.
Okay, if you like, I'll start with my novel, but very briefly. It's a novel I wrote about different countries, cities, and locations. It is actually cross-cultural. And I meant to convey several messages that people all over the world are in many ways the same. I wanted also to celebrate certain cities and environments where I lived and which I loved, like Paris, Cairo, and Vienna, and our native country, the rural areas I was born in. That's very briefly, and we can move now to the question of language, if you like.
Go ahead, sir. Okay, to take it from here, and since you have been talking about certain cities you've lived in, as far as I know about you also that you've had many studies in the literature of the Dean of the Arabic literature, late Dr. Taha Hussein.
Yes.
Taha Hussein is also was also having the same experience in between rural, but from Upper Egypt area to Paris, to where he had taken his PhD and then returning back to Egypt. So I think this is a little bit similar to what you have been talking about.
Yes, Taha Hussein actually is my hero. And I want to seize this opportunity to pay tribute to him, especially that apart from the fact that his Arabic was great, he loved French, and very few people know that he wrote in French. He had a substantial amount of writings in French, and I had the good luck to have translated his French writings and manuscripts to Arabic. So Taha Hussein tried to promote foreign languages, foreign literatures, and he was the patron of many projects in this field, especially translation from Arabic and to Arabic of foreign literatures. Taha Hussein his mastery of Arabic is extraordinary, and his fluency in French is impressive, and his love of foreign literatures again is exceptional. So now that we are trying to celebrate our mother tongue and linguistic diversity, Taha Hussein is really exceptional in this sense. I would also pay tribute to the late Dr. Boutros Ghali, a champion of Francophonism. He spoke and wrote French fluently, and of course he spoke and wrote in English also very well, but his education was mainly, his foreign education was mainly French. So we have, I mean, we are lucky in Egypt that our distinguished writers were also well versed in foreign literatures, especially English and French. And Egypt has the good luck to have these open frontiers linguistically and culturally. We are receptive to foreign languages, and we have always been, especially English and French. We have always welcomed these languages and literatures and translated them to Arabic. So really Egypt, I mean, you find, for instance, some Arab countries are more inclined to one language rather than other languages, but Egypt has the distinction of being multilinguistic. And nowadays, Egypt is open. I mean, in the near past, Egypt opened its doors to Eastern languages, Turkish, Persian, and Urdu. And now we have opened our doors to Far Eastern languages like Japanese and Chinese. So it's a fantastic distinction. I don't think there is another country in the world which equals Egypt in this openness to the world.
Dr. Rashidi, that sounds very nice, but I want you to talk to us about the importance of establishing a foundation where people at their early beginnings could learn in native language, acquire a good basic foundation of their native language so they could take off to a venue of other cultures and languages and studies. And talk to us about native language and the importance of establishing a foundation on that particular sense.
Yes, I am Egyptian, I am Arabic speaking. My first love is Arabic, and I think it is essential to start with Arab in Egypt or in Arab countries. It is essential to lay the foundations for the mother tongue. An Egyptian child should have a very solid knowledge of his mother tongue. This is essential for him to have an identity of his own, to know his heritage, to be able to appreciate his culture. And then other languages come second. I would encourage, as in fact in Egypt we do encourage, the study of foreign languages, provided that they come to our schools where Arabic is the main concern. And the emphasis should be laid on Arabic first.
But sir, unfortunately, if you permit me to say so, I don't know if this is something which is a new phenomena or it started decades ago, that whenever you are talking about the upper high class or high class, they would show that whenever their children are speaking English or French or any other foreign language better than Arabic, this is to show that they are coming from a high standard family or stuff like that. And on the other hand, do we have qualified Arabic teachers in our schools to be able to convey the message to our kids, or this is another problem or an obstacle in the way, to us, to all of us, I mean. Because today, it's not like yesterday, it's not like 20 years ago, for example. And I think that media also has a very important role. So how do you see the whole issue from a panoramic view?
Yeah, it is unfortunate. The situation you have described is really unfortunate. We are being invaded by foreign languages at the expense of Arabic. Teaching Arabic has declined. Arabic teachers are no longer, I mean, in my generation, Arabic teachers were almost the masters in the school. Next to the headmaster, the teacher of Arabic was the big shot. Now, it's no longer like that. They are not, as far as I know, Arabic teachers are not well trained. They don't feel happy about teaching Arabic. They are not proud of being Arabic teachers. It is unfortunate. And now we have to deal with this problem of not improving the standards of students, but improving the standards of the trainers, the teachers. It's a big problem, and I think it's not purely linguistic. It has to do with social affairs. It's a social problem. There is what I might call a cultural decline, general. And people who care to speak a foreign language rather than speaking their own language, they even speak the foreign language badly. So they are neither here nor there. They don't know how to speak good English or good French, as they used to in the past. The upper classes in the past used to speak French or English very well, and some of them were good writers in either language. Now they speak, well, what shall I say? Even English has declined, English and French.
That was going to be my second question to you, sir. Language in general, overall, have declined all over the world, not only the Arabic language, but maybe because of the culture, the decline of the culture, and the decline of the type of, or value, or material of arts and music and movies and all that. We tend to see that even the Arabic language, the terminology, have declined it to a great extent.
Yes.
And it looks like it's going backwards with youth. When they use the native language, they don't speak properly, proper Arabic.
No.
At the same time, the same thing is in the West also. So how do you assess that, and how could we be able to find a way or a process to be able to recover this decline?
I think that the problem is really very profound, because it has to do with the social evolution and the educational system and the scale of values. And there is also, the world is changing at the moment. There is these new medias and new languages, functional languages, like the language of internet, email, and SMS, and so on and so forth. These are functional languages. Well, you have to look after good Arabic or good English or good French. But I think the problem in Egypt is really extreme. I think people in England and France, there are still good writers, good journalists, who write beautiful French or beautiful English, but in Egypt the problem is more acute. And I think it's due to the fact that the educational system has declined. We need to reform the schooling system. We need to retrain our teachers. We need to promote Arabic as well. And this will not happen without giving people the sense that their language, their mother tongue, is important.
And it's beautiful and rich.
It is fantastic. Arabic is one of the richest languages, one of the richest languages in the whole world.
And we cannot find a better statement to end this episode with rather than that. The Arabic language is a fantastic language, very rich, and it's that difficult, but it's very rich and it's beautiful. And let's stick to our Arabic language, knowing well that it's one of the most important, of the most beautiful, of the richest languages ever. Dr. Abdurrashid Al-Mahmoudi, an Egyptian writer, novelist, and poet, thank you very much for your input, sir, and have a very good day.
Thank you very much.
By this, we come to the end of the breakfast show today. Tomorrow is another day with another crew. On behalf of my dear colleague, I enjoy all the time, my time with her, Dina Hussein, and myself, Lamina Abdurrahman. Many thanks for watching. Have a very good day.